उस्ताद होते हैं, ये तहरीक चलाने से ही एक्सपीरियंसेस और फीलिंग्स जो है ना वो होती हैं। और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हाफ़िज़ साहब ने जो बातें की हम इनके मशकूर हैं। अल्लाह ताला इनको से दे और हम एक दूसरे के साथ मिलकर काम करें। तो अब मैं अब स्टेज की रौनक की तरफ बढ़ूँगा आगे का, क्योंकि टाइम बहुत हो चुका है। और आखिरी जो स्पीकर होते हैं कभी कभी वो तो एक्सपीरियंस यही होता है कि टाइम के लिए वो फ़िक्रमंद होते हैं। तो इंशाअल्लाह हम दावत देंगे स्टेज की रौनक हमारी मुराद हमारे भाई मोहतरम जनाब एक्स काउंसलर मुख्तार साहब, जो अपने तारफ़ के ख़ुद मता जो है ना वो माशाल्लाह हैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कि हमारी रहनुमाई जब भी होती है वो हमारे साथ किचन कैबिनेट अपना हम कहते हैं उनको कि हमारी जो भी जदोजहद है इनके बगैर नहीं हो सकती।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। खालिद भाई और जो मेरे दूसरे सारे साथी हैं, जैसे हम साहब ने और बेशुमार आप लोगों ने इतनी बेहतरीन बातें की कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि हमारा एक जो प्लान अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ज़ाहिर हुआ है उसमें फंडामेंटल चीज़ ये है कि एक हमारी तमाम जमातों का एक अलाइंस हो, चाहे वो पाकिस्तान की हो या कश्मीर की, कि हमारा रिश्ता है, हमारा कोज है। At the heart of it is the occupation of Kashmir, also the occupation of Pakistan. We have to see as to what is our vision, and you can't have that vision if you don't talk to each other. In our community, in this country, as well as in Kashmir, in Pakistan and Palestine, there are very, very intelligent people. We have no weaponry to match the occupiers. But you've seen it since the 7th of October. The enemy, despite being supported by the most powerful countries, still shaking. अल्लाह ताला उन तमाम शहदाओं को जन्नत में आला मकाम अता फरमाए और उनको लीडर जो इस्माइल हानिया, दुनिया भर में किसी भी कौम के अगर लीडर को कोई नुकसान होता है, इस तरह अगर हादसा होता है, दुनिया के लीडर बोलते हैं, कंडेम करते हैं। You just have a look at it. Not a single person spoke. Not a single leader exposed. There are only three things that I want to say to you. We must, whether it's our children, whether it's our women and ourselves, we must make it, just we must make a promise that we are going to work towards unity. Without the unity, by talking, our problems will never get solved. You can see how many Muslim countries have been destroyed. And the second thing is, we must learn about our enemy, the ideals and the thinking of the enemy. Our enemies are joining their hands. India and Israel work economically. They are actually providing each other support in this massacre, in this genocide. And many have actually alluded the same thing is likely to happen and can happen in Kashmir. I think we have to think very, very clearly as to what we will do as people. So therefore, I think we need to think. The third thing, there is pen power nowadays, as our son says, the WhatsApp power. We must get the message out. It must be the right message, a united message, but the message must go amongst ourselves as well as to the other side, the people from other communities. But don't expect the support. The most darkest hour of people of Palestine And most people from all religions and races know it's the biggest injustice in the world. But yet, they support the king. But we need to think when to speak, when to stand up. One fundamental is that we must never stab each other. If we start stabbing each other, we are doing the work for enemy. I can have 10 disagreements, we call it, or whatever say. But our central aim should be, what do we do now, and what do we pass on to young kids? We have to worry, we have to think. You cannot fight anybody without three things. You have to have the knowledge. So we have to educate ourselves. You cannot fight anybody without the weapons. And you cannot fight anybody without finance. So whether it is to help ourselves as communities here and internationally, or whether our leaders are going to be like Austin said, we need to make sure, rather than criticizing publicly each other, that if we speak to our leaders, whatever political affiliation, trust me, we can have the differences. But you know what? I'll use the word Jewish. Because most people nowadays, if you use the word Jewish, you call you're anti-Semitic. I've been warned many times. And I've said to them that when I cross the line, come and arrest me. We should not be frightened for the people. We just need to know, our knowledge needs to be known. We need to know our enemy. If we know our enemy, we'll be able to beat them. And I will finish on this one, that if you can all put your hand up, just give me one promise. So we will continue to work together. And if we continue to work together, leave your own baggage outside. Every time we meet, leave your baggage outside. Inside this room or any room that we meet. But we must work in the basis. So we have to change our thinking for our nation. And if we don't do it, we will never get it. And I want to thank you for attending today. Thank you.